What's up, y'all? It's your boy Showtime Doctor. Woke up today and I saw my chat was actually really excited. Basically, there's a big patch coming, so I started to read what they were talking about. I haven't actually gone through everything, but according to what they were saying, apparently the game's getting a little bit more free to play, F2P friendly. So you're gonna get my first reaction here as we go through it. But right about now, UTC time, it's actually where I am. 2200, so 1800 to 1. So basically we got probably at least another 3 hours. Of course, I'm not even sure what that 550 is. Maybe it's actually going to be 7 hours. But either way, exciting things coming. And look, we're going to go ahead, like I said, you'll get my first reaction. We're going to go ahead and go through the updates. So let's check it out here. I'll even read it for you guys because that's the type of dude I am. The Slaughterer Morgan, a member of the Drayden elites, Morgan was born to a noble family in East Garnell, but was disowned after her bloodlust for beautiful men was uncovered. Afraid that the news of her punishment would forever stain their reputation, her family chose to instead strand her in the distant wilds. So I won't go through the full backstory there, but there she is. She looks pretty cool. Kind of got like a little kimono flowing, got the cherry blossoms and a katana, so looks like an awesome character. Let's go ahead and click on that. Actually, let's not. All their skills are actually right down here. So we can just go through. So let's see. We got a new leadership here, new character, Morgan. Increases fire allies' attack damage by 40%. Pretty good. I don't think that compares to Electra. I think Electra does 60%, but still. Pretty good. If you don't got Electra, plug her right in. You won't miss too many beats there. Inflicts damage equal to 100% of attack. 1 turn, 35% to cause bleeding for 30% of attack for 2 turns. So you got a little bleed meta going on. Or 2, Blood Petals Dance. Inflicts damage equal to 120% attack to a target and 2 adjacent enemies. 35% chance to cause bleeding and 30% chance, or for 30% of attack rather. And remove a buff. So it looks like here we might be getting a bit more anti-buff meta. Perhaps a little bit anti-Kane meta, we'll see. That's actually what I'm hoping they're due. I'm going to make a separate video about Kane. But for those wondering, I don't want Kane to get nerfed because usually what happens, they over-nerf characters and then they just become useless in Oblivion. So I would rather see more characters put into the game that are counters to Kane. Maybe not hard counters, but can at least manage him a little bit. But more on that later. I'll release a separate Kane video, so don't worry about that. And then we got her third skill, Surge Bloody Petal. Damage 300%, ignores defense to one enemy, 60% chance to make the target unable to be revived for 2 turns. That's another thing I've been looking at because everyone in PvP, they're running the revive team, especially Ramu and I want to say Ray, but the maid lady. Maybe I got her name wrong. Anyways, unable to revive for 2 turns. Decrease the cooldown skills 3 by 2 turns if the attack fails to kill the target. Wow. So that would take it to a 5 right off. That's pretty interesting, because that's another thing that's kind of out of control right now is the revive meta. And I don't want to get into it too much, but, you know, that'll be in a separate video as well. So. And then here's our passive, Demon Sword Bloody Petal. Inflicts damage equal to 50% of attack to a bleeding target at the start of the turn. Wow, damn. Increases the caster's attack by 10% for 2 turns when attacking a bleeding target, stacks up to 5 times. Applies the status Demon Sword Bloody Petal to the caster upon killing an enemy to inflict 30% additional damage for 2 turns. So that's a self buff, okay. Dang, she gets a lot of passive buffs there, especially if things are bleeding. Interesting. Well, this is definitely a character, I haven't even read her 60 yet, and I want her, so. 50% chance to apply Demon Sword Bloody Petal to the caster for 2 turns when attacking. Revives with 50% life, I'm assuming, and become a Berserker for 3 turns upon death, once per battle. Guaranteed to counterattack and multi-strike and decrease damage taken by 25% once the caster becomes a Berserker. Interesting. She'll be a little DPS machine, dude. Especially considering that by itself, bleed isn't necessarily a really nasty debuff, but it looks like it'll turn into one with her on the team. Got some graphics there of all of her skills. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's what's there. Let me see what else is. I know there's more. I just gotta find the page. Alright, so Honorable Heroes, the Worlds of Night Chronicle continues to expand further. We have a lot in store for everyone. Discover and explore a new area. Challenge yourselves further in a new dungeon. Click on this, see what they're talking about. New dungeon, me new heroes, and more exciting 1.1 update. Details are found out below. Okay. Like we might have a second character. So we already went to Morgan. Ah, here we go. Here's a new character. SSR Wind type. What was Morgan? Paying attention. Fire. Sure. Okay, I should have known that by the leadership. Alright, a member of the Drayden Elites. So her and Morgan are the same thing, basically. Morgan was born to an old... Oh, wait. What was it? Tell me. Yeah. A member of the Drayden Elites as well. As the determined perfectionist, Kelly abhors the imperfection of ordinary humans and is obsessed with divine beings. Alright, let's try to click on her and see her skill set. Oh no, are they not telling us? Okay, never mind. Alright, kind of an interesting looking character. See what's going on with her. Leadership, Moonshadow Ninja, increase wind attack allies by 40%, okay. For 1, inflict damage equal to 100% of attack to one enemy, 35% chance to brand. Decreases target's buff duration by 1 turn if the caster is hidden. Interesting. With the ninja thing. Some of the hidden mechanics in this game are actually really nasty. I think there's another wind one too, so you could have like a double high team at least. Inflicts damage equal to 200% of attack on her 2. 35% chance to cause bleeding for 30% of attack. Inflicts damage equal to 30% of attack to 2 additional enemies and causes them to bleed for 30%. Alright, so basically it's like a 3 target. The 2 heroes next to whoever you target. Inflicts penetration damage equal to 300% on her 3, 1 enemy. Inflicts 10% additional damage when attacking attack type enemies. Interesting. Increases the caster's attack by 40% for 1 turn if the attack kills a target. Alright, so it looks like we got a lot of stacking attack buff meta coming. Moonshadow, passive, hides the caster for 1 turn at the start of the wave. 50% chance to hide for 1 turn when using skills. Wow. Dang, that's powerful. Poisons 3 enemies for 30% of attack for 2 turns if the caster is hiding at the start of the turn. Wow. Poison. If you haven't caught... If you've been playing the game, you should know what poison does, but if you haven't caught on, it's a dot, but it's not your happy poison dot from most games, basically. If you have poison on you, you can't be healed, because if anyone hits you with a heal, it instead does damage to you. Alright, passive, her level 60, regeneration magic. Activates resolve upon taking fatal damage, recover 100% HP, and blind all enemies for 1 turn. Wow. Once resolve is activated, once per battle, inflicts 40% additional damage when attacking a target affected by damage over time. Wow, she looks super annoying. But blind's another mechanic that's kind of not used very much in this game. So I applaud they're trying to make bleeding and hide and blind more useful. That's pretty cool. Nice to mix things up here. Alright, I think I saw a third character too. The Undertaker. Just kidding. Don't want to get copyrighted here. A shadow assassin from the Junta Drayden Shadow Guild, who often works in the Dark Forest. He is known as the Undertaker because he always travels with a coffin, and his gloomy appearance has given rise to a rumor that he is looking for something more in the forest. Aya, do not worry, I will revive you. Ah, my little ghost girl, they got a little relationship going. We shall see. Let's see here. Increase Dark Wind allies defense by 20, so some Dark Wind synergy. That's interesting. There's not much of that right now. Saya herself is holy, though. Death Arrow has 1. Inflicts damage equal to 55% of attack on 3 enemies. 30% chance to taunt them for 1 turn, so we got a tank, maybe? 50% chance to decrease attack by 30% for 2 turns if the target is taunted. Spirit Tomb, level 2. His 2, rather. Inflicts damage equal to 200% of attack to 1 enemy. 50% chance to put the target to sleep for 2 turns. Oh, wow. He can work with the sleep meta, then. That goes with Saya and Ellie. 35% chance to brand. 30% for 2 turns to the target. Wow. Already he has a lot of debuffs going on. He's got a taunt. He's got a attack decrease. He's got a brand and a sleep just from his first 2. Let's see what his 3 does. Final Breath. Inflicts damage equal to 165% on 3 enemies. 50% chance to apply Looming Death. Wow. Looming Death, for those who aren't familiar with it. 2 turns, and then you're dead. So, pretty nasty skill. As far as I know, there's no way out of it, but I'm pretty sure you can probably dispel it. But anyways, applies Dirge, Ghost Girl to the caster for 2 turns. And grant damage immunity, penetration damage not included. Yeah, Ghost Girl's, it just basically told you what it does. Anyone who has a Saya knows how it works. If an enemy removes the Dirge, Ghost Girl effect from the caster, the enemy falls asleep for 2 turns. Oh my gosh. So that's probably just him. That would be cool if that worked out. Like if Saya was on his team. Because Saya, that's the thing I got worried about with her in PvP is Kane usually finds her and wrecks her, or what's her face? Ruby will just dispel it before her turn and then wreck her too. Path to Peace, passive. 70% chance to taunt all enemies 1 turn. And apply Veil of Phantasm to all allies, excluding the caster for 1 turn. If the caster is affected by Dirge, Ghost Girl. Wow. Dang, these new characters are so powerful. Phantasm, for those wondering, it's a damage shield. I want to say it's one of those damage shields that actually, I don't remember. It's either a damage shield, it kind of works like Deimos's, where it gives you a 1-time dodge, even penetration damage. Or it's just a regular shield where you get damage immunity. But either way, it's a good ability. Hopefully it's a dodge shield, though, because that would basically make it so that whoever you're fighting would have to go through 1 application of the shield before doing penetration damage. Anyway, Spirit Trade, passive 60. Changes an ally's lower HP ratio to that of the caster if the caster is affected by Dirge, Ghost Girl at the end of the... Is that like a life swap? Caster. See, it's translated a little weird. But it sounds like say you got a character at, say, 25% and your tank's at 70. It sounds like he's going to swap health. Or at least it's going to suck some health from him and give it to whoever's low. Which would be another interesting mechanic, actually. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that, because, like I said, the translations are kind of funky on this on occasion. But still, looks like a really interesting character. So all 3 new characters look pretty good. Especially if you got the, you know, the characters that work well with their different abilities. And they cover all the abilities, too. Bleed, Poison. Your boy there has Looming Death and Ghost Girl. That's pretty insane. Alright, so that's it for new characters. Now we're gonna check out the new modes and stuff. New adventure area 11, Dark Forest has been added. 3 difficulty levels, each with 10 stages each. That's great. Hopefully, oh, there's an easy, normal, and hard. So hopefully, these places will be, because I have a beef right now. I'm probably gonna cover it in another video, but a beef I have with the adventure area. I don't understand why they still drop level 1 runes in hard. Makes no sense, because all of us that have been to hard and are doing the things, you know, like 3 and 4 star dungeons, we all know you can't have level 1 runes. I don't even know. It's also there for a lot of the 4-star and 3-star bonus rewards if you look at them, or sometimes the advent dungeons. Like, dude, it's like, well, you got more fodder. I am not hurting on fodder. You guys give me so much. I'm hurting. But that's a topic for another video. Here. That's cool. New adventure area. Needed. New Advent Dungeon. Single player Advent Dungeon. Shadow Guild Controller. Kali Advent. I wonder if this is the one that's replacing Decane. A lot of us are really sad to see Decane go right now because he's actually a really good character if you manage to get your hands on him before he went. But hopefully this Kali one, that'll just be a new challenge for us. Rune transformation system added. You can transform your runes into a random rune of the same set using enhanced stones and gold. Oh, okay, that's interesting. During rune transformation, the rune grade will be maintained, but to enhance the enhanced level and substats will be reset. There's a chance for rune transformation to result in a same rune used as material. Alright, well, it looks like you can just transfer your runes. So maybe you got like a really good 6-star, but it doesn't have the substats you want. So, because that's the thing, I gotta make a rune video too. That's another thing to do. Bonus reward system and summon added. Receive additional rewards depending on the cumulative number of times you've summoned in the summon rate up event. Oh, I wish I had that last time. New hero trade ticket, and each rate summon up will give a 4-star new character for each rate of summon up. I have to see how that works. I prefer 5-star, but hey, at least we're getting some stam pots and rainbow essences here. Those aren't super easy to get. Not difficult, but pretty pricey normally. That's cool. I'm down with that, so that's cool. Alright, next thing. PayPal, or excuse me, PAL Points, Stamina Recharge System added, and PAL Lotto prizes updated. You can purchase 200 stamina using 200 PAL points, available 3 times daily. Wow, that's really nice. This is a little more free-to-play friendly. Cool. Among the first prize of PAL points, Enhanced Stones 300 has been increased to Enhanced Stones 1000. Yeah, that's nice, but I wish that should be like a second prize. Enhanced Stones shouldn't be a first prize, because when you compare that to like a 6-star Evolvomon, I forget, is the top prize is like 300,000 or 250,000, 500,000 gold. I forget what the other ones were, but they were all way better than Enhanced Stones. Yeah. But hey, at least they're giving us more, so that's something. Improved chat preview system. Add the ability to show conversations on your channel. Well, yeah, the chat in the game's not that great, but it, you know, it's got room to improve. I've definitely seen worse chats. Improve heroes detail UI. Okay, so you can just kind of click. We'll see how that works. Check the growth figures more freely, such as runes, equipped, overall stats, hero talents. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm down for that. Improve achievement notification. Oh, so they got like shows your progress or something. Cool, cool. Alright. Monthly daily login improvement. Monthly daily has been improved to have more intuitivity, earned rewards. Well, let's see. Rainbowmon, 50 crystals second day, that's really good. Evolvemon. I assume those are dungeon recharge tickets on 5, rare character 6, SSRs. As long as they preserve the SSRs every 7 days, I'm cool with it. I'd like to see more energy and more stam pots. And maybe, you know, a 5-star Evolvemon when you get to the 3rd week and a 6-star one on the 4th, but that's me nitpicking. That's still cool that they're doing that. Other fixes and improvements. Fix game freezes that happen while playing multiplayer dungeon. I haven't experienced that. Actually, I think I did once. Improve display pop-up messages while trying to download, regardless of free space. Improve matchmaking, even without using gold to change an arena when defeated. Well, that has been an issue, because the matchmaking, it got to the point, especially with some of the lazier wells that just weren't hitting, you know, do arena. So they'd be sitting there like super low ranks and you can't get past them, so you gotta hit gold to recharge. But on occasion, you know, you recharge, you get an even worse one. It's just like, dude, I'm not beating this team. And then, oh, well, just give us 50,000 gold. And it's just, I don't have 50,000 gold. That's cool, hopefully they improve that, because even the rewards for arena, you know, it's like, you got 20,000 gold. That's great. I spent like 70,000 so I could find an opponent that wasn't ridiculous. Oh well, I guess that's another video. Manage runes, equip, unequip, replace, enhance. UI has been approved to be more manageable and easy to use. The only thing I want on runes is let me sort by stat. If something says accuracy, I want to sort by it and then basically salvage them all. For the most part, I don't want that. User information, even without using gold to change an arena when defeated. I must have. The user information UI of the chat system has been improved so I can more clearly identify if the user is your friend or not. Character names can now be used as in-game nicknames. iOS, you use an Apple device, can now access official community page. Interesting. Fixed an issue that appeared or the heroes listed below. Use that resolve fill skirts before Ica. Now that Ica skill will be activated with her resolve buff only. Does that mean that her oh wait, Ica doesn't have a revive. She has a resolve? Okay, I guess she does, maybe on her 60. I haven't leveled her up. Mardu passive, Carolina, Nickel. Well, we'll just have to see. Fixed an issue that occurred when Mary was revived via another ally's passive before her revive skill, so now Mary's level 60 talent will only activate when Mary is revived with her own skill. That's good. Good for her there. Fixed an issue that occurred when the allies revived with other hero skills instead of Karen or Demos revive skill. Okay, so basically the revives weren't sticking. Cool. Oh, there you go. And it looks like we got some good community feedback here. Overall, I am very happy with it. I do believe there are some other improvements the game can make, but that is a topic for another video. So well done, Netmarble. And hopefully when the patch comes out, everything will be peachy and keen and we'll all love it. So. Anyways, guys, your boy Showtime Doctor. I stream this game most weekdays and weekends in the afternoon, evening time, Pacific Standard Time. If you're around, come check me out on Twitch. And I will catch you later. Peace.